Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming back. Um, I posted a video yesterday on day number like 3.5 on Concanelli's rig. And one of the questions was how long, somebody asked a question after seeing the video, how long does it take to build one of these brush trucks? And I responded, and it's probably was a short response. And it really, I said, it depends on the customer and what they want, how much they want to spend, and what their budget is for it, and part availability. So, in a perfect world where we have every part available, it would probably take us, thinking 4 to 6 weeks. If that's all we did was work on that truck to get it to perfection, that's my take on it. But what in reality is, like the Malott truck, the big yellow truck, Herb calls it the Tonka truck because it looks like a Tonka truck, and I think that's pretty cool. And that truck came, and if you've seen prior videos, it came with bent axles, the turret was bent, windows were broken out. We were waiting on parts. So, yeah, we're at day 14, maybe 15 now, working on it, getting it buttoned up, and it's about 98% done. But the problem is, we had to wait 8 weeks for the axle to get to us, to get repaired, or they built a new one. And then it took, during that time frame, we were still waiting on the nozzle, which we just got yesterday. And you're looking at, that was 8, 10, probably 12 weeks to get that nozzle because the agency had ordered it ahead of time. I think they were anticipating the build. So, that puts us behind. So when I say I think we're on day 15 now of the yellow truck for Malott. And those are the actual days we worked on it. There's days that it sat. It's been here for probably going on 3 months that we got it 3 months ago. So it's not like we can just bang these things out because we're waiting on parts. We just found a major part missing from the motor, and we don't have it in our parts truck. So now we got to source out that. It'll be done, physically done, but if the agency wants us to fix their motor, which I imagine they'll do, we got to order this part. So, and that's another thing, you order a part and there's 2 to 3 weeks or months before you can get the damn part. So, it's just not a perfect world. And then, we're only billing our time out as we work on these trucks, and we keep track of our time, and we stay within the budget line of what we're given. And we're also, we're volunteer firefighters. I'm a volunteer fire chief from another jurisdiction. Herb's a volunteer fire chief here. And when the call drops, we go on the call, and we stop what we're doing, and we go out on whether it's a small brush fire or a medical aid call, we go out on the call and take care of business, and then we come back and work on the truck. So it does take time, and I think, all the departments we're doing this for, they're all volunteers, and we're trying to help out other volunteer departments. We understand what it's like to have small budgets for small agencies, and most of the agencies we've done work for, they've been small agencies. My 2 builds, they took a little over a year just because of parts and the tender. The tender alone, if we build a tender and we're welding the tank, and we have to order the parts from a company out of Spokane. We give them all the specs, they bend the metal, and then they ship it out here. That could take 2 to 3 weeks. And then we got to weld it, and then you got to primer it, and then you got to, there's a lot of work to tenders. And an average tender probably takes us, it could take us 6 months just to get a tender built. Even longer if the vehicle shows up and it's a piece of crap because the military treats them, depending on the vehicle. If you get a dump truck from the military and we got to remove the dump bed and the hydraulics and all that, that takes time. And they treat their dump trucks like dump trucks, and they're beat to crap by the time we get them or the agency gets them. So there's a lot of work to be put into these things. So when you see these videos like, oh, wow, man, they look what they did in 3.5 days. Well, yeah, but, you know, those are 3.5 days of working on it. And if you're a volunteer department and you're trying to build one of these yourself, it's going to take you a lot more time because you're working with volunteers. Everybody, you know, this is my second job, if you will. I'm retired, and Herb's semi-retired. He has a site, another job that he does. So, yeah, that's the reality of building these trucks, is they take time. And somebody will say, well, why don't you have all the parts available? One, we don't know what parts we're going to need some of the time. Two, we're a small, but, you know, budding business, if you will. And we don't have the capital to be putting into these trucks. So, you know, we advance as we build more trucks. We have more resource monies available to build more trucks. But again, it's all about when are we going to have the parts. Really, the parts is what screws us up. And like I said, we'll drop. And like the other day, we had to drop the... we were doing something, and we were on this call for 2 hours, a medical emergency, way up north. And, you know, it took us 30 minutes to get there, and then we had to airlift the person out. By the time we got back, it was quitting time. So we only it was day 13 of a build, maybe day 12 of a build, but we only spent 4 hours on it because we were on a call. So anyway, just wanted to point that out, that's how it works. And so it looks like, yeah, we're knocking out real quick, and it looks like that and all, but reality is we're waiting on parts, we're waiting on customer to make a decision on something, which could take a couple of days to get in. We send an email out, and then, you know, 2 days later they'll respond because they're volunteers. We get it. We're volunteers too. So that's how it works. And I hope everyone that's looking at these thinking, I can do that, damn straight you can do it. But unless you're doing it, it's a learning curve. Herb built his first rig, and then he said, hey, I got this grant, and he goes, we can build this together, we can do it. And that's what we did. We built 2 trucks. We built a tender, which is in prior videos, and then we built a brush truck, which is in prior videos, and for my agency. And then word of mouth, that's how we're growing. We have suppliers that recommend us. We have agencies that see what we've built, and they'll get a hold of us and say, hey, what would it cost to build one of my, build a brush truck for me? I got a deck coming, or I'm going to DNRs. I have an old DNR truck. I want to swap out the chassis because it's getting old and beat up, and the deck is great. So everybody's different. Every build is different. 100% every build's different, and we improve on every build. Because I built my tender, and it's like, hey, I wish we'd have done this, or this, and we change it, and it makes the next one better. So that's all I got to say about that. I'm getting ready now to step into the shop, and we'll see what happens today. I'll post more here in a few minutes. Well, it'll get posted tonight, but we're going to work on, I got 2 trucks to work on still. I want to put a plug out for Herb's website. It's BWP Trucks. That's Boy William Paul Trucks, all one word, .com. He also posts videos on his YouTube channel, and that's Herb, Herb Hippler, Hippler. That's just his YouTube page. And so put a plug in for that. There's Herb right there. What's he doing? Well, there's Jake from State Farm. He's not wearing khakis today. What? I'm videoing.
You should probably put your pants on.
He says, you should probably put your pants on. Oh. Anyway, so hey, fun and games about to begin. Thanks, and we'll show you what we get done today. Jake's like, where are we going? I don't know. He's the big strong guy, young, so he's doing all the driving. He can steer that thing manually. There's no power steering. He's struggling with it this time. He's like, where are we going? I go, I don't know. Probably towards the shop. More shenanigans. More shenanigans. So what we're doing on this build for District 11, this will be the third build for them. They have a deck swap. They're still got to bring us the deck. We don't have that. So we're going to get ready for it. And what we're going to do is cut the bolts out, get the bed ready to remove. And when they bring the bed up, I'm not sure how that's going to work. But we want to do everything in one move. So we're going to start working on this to get it ready. Again, we're waiting on batteries and trying to get this thing running and find out what's going on. So yeah, that's about it for right now. We'll keep on videoing today, so stay tuned for more as I keep going forward. All right, so I've got the air valve wired up. So there's the connection for it on the other end. Got the holes drilled there for the air valve to go. This is on the Tonka truck, as we call it. Jake's over here working on Concanelli's. And nobody commented on yesterday's video on how to spell Concanelli.
Weak sauce.
And that means they didn't cheat and look online either.
Weak sauce.
He's wiring up these lights, getting them all ready.
Just look at a map.
Yeah. Here's another one here. He's got the other side going. So we're going to have that all wired up. He's got the frames that Herb cut out, all primered, getting ready for paint. And then probably get those up this afternoon. Herb has finished cutting all the bolts out here on this, and it's only 8:30. So he's over here, had to cut these bolts off inside. We're gonna pull this bed off next. And I think when we pull this bed off and set it on the ground, we'll put that bed on the chassis because we're all ready to go with the forklift. So yeah, it's only 8:35 in the morning. We've been at it an hour and a half. We got a lot done. We have another agency here right now. I'm not sure from where. Oh, I did see somewhere on their shirt. Now I don't remember. And they're wanting to come out. They came over, heard about us, and they're wanting us to maybe give them a bid on a tender. So Dave's still young. It's not going to happen today. All right, cut this thing off. All right, this is take number 2, and got it cut off now so it'll fit. That'll work. It looks like I'm gonna have to raise this up a little bit. Jake's gonna line her up. Yeah, I gotta come up, so hang on.
Okay, I'm gonna have to get in the cab. I'm gonna have to close this off. Hang on. All right, we got her on there, and we got to back it up to the shop, cut a couple of bolts off, I guess, to get this to marry up correctly. I don't know. I was running the forklift. I don't know what they got going on, but looks like it needs to come forward a little bit. We'll see, and we can just push it forward with the forklift. So yeah, we got 3 builds going on right now. We got the 2 there, and then we got this one we started today. And like I showed earlier, Herb cut all the bolts off. I got all the wires, all the lights pulled out of it, because we're gonna have to make brackets like we did on the other truck, or something similar to it. Agency for this, they're bringing their H5 deck. Anyway, they're bringing their deck that they want on it, so we're gonna swap. We're gonna take this deck off, put it on the ground, put their fire deck on this one, and then load this deck here and put it on their trailer, and they're going to haul it off today. So kind of getting it all done today. So a lot going on. Stay tuned. All right, so we're getting ready to take this one off. We got to slide it back first. We cut all the bolts. Up a little bit. I'm going to back it up. Alright. Well, that's what's next. We're going to pull this back, get it freed up from the frame, and hopefully the agency will get here with the batteries, and we can get this thing running and get the deck swapped out today. But he was supposed to be here a couple hours ago, and he's not here yet. So we'll see what happens. All right, took some doing. We got her done. So now we're gonna break for lunch. It's 11:15. Agency still hasn't shown up yet, so hopefully they'll be here by the time lunch is over. All right, so lunch is over, and we got the deck. The agency showed up. We're about ready to lift it. I'm going to carry it over to the shop. Herb's going to cut the front out, and we'll get it on the chassis.
Bumper.
So, see what we're going to do here. I don't know if they want me to lift it yet or not. Let's see. Okay, this is a completed job right there. Stand by. Alright, now we're getting it ready to load on that trailer. And have that trailer back underneath, and then we'll load it on there, and they can take it away. Apparently they already have the deck sold. They're sold it to somebody, so that's why we're doing the swap today. As you can see, it's a busy day here. 3 builds going all at once. And it's only 12 o'clock. We had about a half-hour lunch. Oh, man, that was close. What the heck? All right, now, let's see what they're gonna do. Exciting, eh? Yeah, I say, hey, yeah. I'm only 10 miles to the Canadian border, so there you go. Anyway, hey, more to come. You gotta watch this to the end. This is a crazy day for us. All right, got it safely on there. We're gonna recover our chain, and they're gonna have to chain down their load and be on their way. Hopefully you brought the stuff for the batteries and the fuel line. We can get his truck running. So more to come. All right, so we got our teeter-totter balanced on that. Redneck, yep, we're rednecks. We get her done perfectly balanced. And as soon as they, looks like we'll be doing a lot of work to this. It's missing a pump. There's no water pump on it. They cut the bumper off of it. There's gonna be a lot of work to this. They're getting that strapped on there and get it out of here. So next thing is, what is it, 9 by 20. We gotta cut this off. It's gotta go up, get cut out. We'll plies that out real quick and get it on that. And then we'll be done with this part of the project with a whole ton more crap to do. It's a different build, like I said earlier in this video. Everybody's different, and the big difference here is that they don't want us to paint this. And I'm thinking, awesome sauce. I don't have to sand, I don't have to prep it, I don't have to fill in body damage. They just want us to mount the deck and plumb it for a front nozzle, I believe. And if you look over here again, look on the, see if I can zoom in on the forklift. I've got a hose reel suspended. Yeah, apparently they want us to put that back on. There we go. So they want us to put it on here, which we've done before. So we're gonna have to change some plumbing to do that. Not a big deal, but again, every customer is different. They want to do their own body work. They just want us to mount this deck, wire it, and they're gonna do the rest. Doesn't hurt my feelings. So just more stuff to do. So hey, day's still young. It's only been 15 minutes since the last time I updated this. So I just got updated on what we're doing with this. We are going to mount it on the chassis. We are going to put a front monitor bracket on the chassis, and then they're going to take it away, get it painted, bring it back, and then we'll finish plumbing and wiring. So got a little bit to do. There it goes, off to its new home, wherever that is. One less thing we have to look at or have around. So now he didn't bring the batteries, so we're gonna have to do everything by hand with this and strap it and move it. Jake's over here cutting out the deck, so we can do that next. I'm gonna go bring the reel hose over and get it out of our way. So things are happening. All right, so now it's gonna get put away. The agency is gonna be here Friday and put batteries in it, see if they can get it started, and they're gonna put the fuel line in. We gave it to them, but we're not gonna be here, so we have Friday off. Herb's daughter's graduating from college, so we won't be here. We got rest of today, and then tomorrow, and that's it. That's how you move one of these when it don't run. Pick it up with a big forklift. But you can see we got the bed on. Everything's lined up. So pretty happy with it. All right, I'm just gonna close out today's video. This is what we got done. We got that on. We showed you earlier. Jake got the lights done on the other tender, which we're shutting up shop. It's 3 o'clock, so it means it's 5 o'clock somewhere, and we're heading out. So if you check in tomorrow, you'll see more of the same. Actually, it'll be a little bit different. We're getting forward everything. It's just, oh, I was going to tell you, the guys that showed up today, they were from another agency. I'm not going to mention the agency. We helped them get the deck and got the deck. They got the deck anyway, and they said, no, we're going to do it ourselves. It's like, okay, that's fine. I get it. So the two guys that are here, that came here, saw what we were doing. They said, yeah, that guy's not with us anymore. And he only got about a quarter of it done. So would it be possible for you guys to finish it for us? And it's like, what? And so we're like, sure. So they said, yeah, they did some stuff. But anyway, it's not done. It didn't get painted. They were going to have Job Corps painted or something, and that fell through and nothing happened. So the agency said, hey, if we give you this amount of money, can you finish the project for us? And Herb's like, yep, for that amount of money, I can finish your project for you. So that's another one. I was like, well, when are we going to have time to do that? We're working on 3 right now. And he says, oh, it'll be this fall. And then the same two guys are like, yeah, and we want you to build us a tender too. They're working on getting a chassis, and they want a tender like I had built for my agency. So it sounds like. So yeah, more work. It seems to be getting busier. Or we're always busy, as you can see. And from the video, I think you can tell we do a lot of work here. So hey, let me know what you think. And you guys have a good evening. I'm going to go home and relax. See you tomorrow.